Um, my name is Abidne Bradley, Research ICT and Society Project Group 1. I'm here to use my screen, the third part of the assignment, which states use a screencasting tool to showcase your project in the show and describe the technologies used to come up with the project, a demonstration of how your project works. Now, actually, as you can see here, I decided to create a website because I feel a website will be maybe the fastest way of spreading information since you'll be on the World Wide Web. Due to coding constraints, which I have not yet had the skills to do, I decided to use a website creation site. So as you can see here, I've created a website known as Africa Healthcare, and my sub is Let's Help Stop Depression. So throughout my project, you clearly see that I've been able to explain. Now, for my technology, I use the website. I built this website. It was pre-prepared. I have edited it, changed to what I needed to do. So what's left now is just for me to get my domain name, and it's all up on the World Wide Web to help people who are suffering from depression. Now, how my project works. First of all, you can see here what you're seeing on your screen, depression, let's talk. This my first paragraph is all about explaining what depression is, why people should be interested. Depression is a silent killer. Many people don't pay attention to it, but right here, I've been able to explain, to make it more explicit, for people to understand why I chose this topic, how many people it's affecting, what it's doing, the causes, the effect, all those things. So that's all about this first paragraph. Why I chose this topic, why let's discuss depression. We need to prevent depression. So everything is like the background is found in this first paragraph. Now, as you go down, we want to identify the causes of depression. That's what you can see here. Let's track this silent killer because I believe depression is a silent killer affecting hundreds of millions of people a year, and especially in countries like us, they require more help. So, actually, you can see what causes depression. Not all of the reasons, but like I said, we intend to expand more on this project. You can see early childhood trauma, health conditions. For early childhood trauma, I think certain events which take place, especially during when a child is young, can influence him. We have healthcare conditions when people feel maybe they are going to die, they're in pain, those kind of things. It causes them to get into depression. We have family history, use of drugs. And so, if you know anybody who's suffering from this condition, I think this part is going to actually help maybe for the parent or the doctor to actually understand what might be causing the person. Now, prevention is better than cure. So actually, our next part is identifying the person who's in depression. How can we identify someone who's suffering from depression? We have already talked about some of the symptoms of depression. Some causes come and go, while others are there to stay. But what should we be worrying about? What can we see in somebody to make to make us understand that this person is suffering from depression? Mainly in the youth, which is what I've been struggling to target because most of the cases I've experienced have been throughout my secondary school and university education. We have irritability, mood swings, change in anger patterns, isolation, frequent crying, change in behavior such as refusing to go to school, getting in trouble, avoiding friends, change in attitude patterns, change in sleeping, like stay up late at night. So all these things, once somebody reads this and you fit this criteria, you know you're suffering from depression. You know you have this problem. The problem is, what can you do? What can you do to solve your problem? Because first of all, we need to identify someone who's having the problem before we'll be able to solve the problem. Now, how to help someone suffering from depression? Now, here's the help you need. Now, I believe therapy is one of the most efficient ways of helping people. Now, talking will always go a long way to help somebody getting to know the person's problem, actually. And I think talking is the major way in which we can build someone out of depression because in talking, you identify his weaknesses, what's wrong with him, and all the likes. And like I said, I made a call to action here saying our schools and hospitals are going to need more councilmen and women to talk to our youth if we really want to reduce suicide. Because, like I said in my work, depression is the major cause of suicide, and suicide is the second leading cause of death among people for the ages 15 to 29. One other way we can help someone who's suffering is avoid the person from using drugs or alcohol. These things actually make you feel better, but in the long run, when the body becomes addicted, they increase the symptoms. So one major way is avoid the person from using drugs or alcohol. Next, we have exercise, doing some sport. It helps to rise our mood, relieve hormones, and all the likes. And one thing which we have to teach our children now is learning how to say no, resisting peer pressure. Because from my experience in school, I've discovered that peer pressure are one of the major reasons when you feel like you can't do anything right, your friends are rejecting you. These are the major reasons why actually somebody gets into depression. I think so. And lastly, I think light therapy and other medications. Actually, our science has been able to produce some medications, some drugs, which have been able to help those who are suffering from this disease. We also have light therapy, exposure to light. That's for people who are always in dark corners. This is just a rundown. This is actually a rundown. So I've explained the technology, which is my Wix.com, which I used to build my site. How my project is working, the courses, how to identify someone, and how to help somebody. So thank you, and see you next time. Once more, this is Bidnet Bradley, ICT and Society Project.